Hey y'all. Perfect. Oh, I gotta work on my French tonight. Hey. Somebody who listen to Jay-Z, I'm hearing song cry. Or this is how they're feeling. Hey. Ambria, hey boo. Hey. I had a long day. So, but a promise is a promise. I did say I was gonna do 3 videos, but I could not. So my apologies, but I've still showed up. Because I did make that promise to you, but my day, things got a little, I had to take care of some things, so I wasn't able to come on in regards to when I wanted to, so it's okay. I'm not even worried about it. So let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afro Zen, and today I'm reading for the beautiful handsome collective. Hello collective, how you doing? Flowers, flowers, flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to book a private reading with me or to shop in my store. All that information is in the description box below. Okay, let's get into it. Please keep in mind this is a collective read. Not everything that I mention or say is going to resonate with you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If you feel that you have to be combative or you wanting to be combative, you're just going to get blocked, okay? I don't know why I have to say that, but I just have to say that. So you're not going to win. So you just might as well just save the little bit of energy that you have to do whatever you need to do somewhere else, okay? All right, let's get to it. Channel message here. They're going to railroad, how can I put it? Appointed person. So family members are in a lot of trouble or in a lot of hot water. They're in a lot of trouble. So much so that they don't want to take responsibility or accountability for what they have done towards you. They were specifically working with someone within a judicial system. Someone that is very knowledgeable of certain court proceedings or just law in general. And they were paying this person that was the appointed person, they were paying them to basically keep things underneath the radar. But with you speaking out here, it's bringing forth too much heat to this family, and this family don't want to take the heat for it. So this is what they're thinking currently. They haven't executed this yet. Okay, this is just a thought. But the plan here is that, yes, they don't want to take responsibility for what they have done to you. So they're going to blame it on the person that they received the information from, this appointed person that sits in this seat. Okay, this is not going to resonate for everybody. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Okay. Yeah, they don't want to take responsibility for what they have done towards you. Okay, so there is someone that sits on a judicial system or board, or however you want to look at it, an appointed person here. There basically is going to say that it's their fault as to why things happen in the way that it happened. Somebody has to take blame for it, or someone should be responsible for it, and this family members don't feel like they should take responsibility for it. They feel like the person that helped them to do this towards you, they should take responsibility. This is a tree. The tree represents the family tree, okay? See, we have teacher. So there was someone that is very knowledgeable with laws and judicial laws and things of that nature, and they were a teacher towards this family dynamic here. That's the truth. That's the truth. Paper. So let me backtrack a bit. The paper represents Your family dynamic tried to, so again, it's not gonna resonate for everybody, okay? So for some of you guys, there was a will that was left for you from a family member that has transitioned over. The nuclear family tried everything possible to make you look unwell on paper. They didn't know how they were going to do that. So within the nuclear family, a nuclear family consists of a mom, a dad, an uncle, brother, cousin, a sister, immediate family in that kind of way, okay? What they did here is that they did not want you to have access to this finances or to this money or just more so to this information here. So in order for the inheritance to skip over you, they went to court to create egregious reports or paperwork or frivolous paperwork that makes you look like something that you're not, unwell, and you can't formulate a sentence properly, and you can't do this and you can't do that. Basically, they're trying to make it seem like that you're not functional, you're not able to take care of yourself, okay? They were able to receive certain information, or only information that, I don't want to say only, but they receive information that's not really normally known by the public, if that makes sense. Like if you never went to school for criminal justice, you might not know certain laws or certain thing, you know what I mean? So they were able to be guided by someone that know the ins and outs of certain things to make sure that it works in their favor. That's what the family member did here, okay? They did this a long time ago, okay? This is going to be coming out for everyone to hear, okay? So the community of people are going to be learning in regards to how far these family members went to really stop you from having access to what belongs to you here. So we have job. The job will be the judicial system, okay? They thought this would have been an easy thing because you would have never known. They thought that they have covered all their tracks. They thought that they were completely hidden. They thought that you would never be able to see, hear, or just be aware as to what they were doing towards you. And we all know that's wrong. Fact. Look, fact. This is going to be a poop show. There's government here and the show. This family members are in a lot of deep poo-poo. They're in deep poo-poo in regards to what they have done. I don't bring no political talk in here, okay? Don't bring no political talk in here. Whatever, I don't care. All right, let's keep moving forward. So there might be some notation on this case or record, because when you go to court, there is a file, right? And that file is in regards to whatever the reason why you're going to court, right? So they give you like a docket number or whatever docket number that pertains to you. There were some notations within that folder or within the paperwork here that will kind of get people to kind of overlook it. So this is just an example. If they didn't want the clerk to look at it, they'll put like a red tab. Again, this is just an example so you can understand how I'm seeing it. They'll put like a little red tab or a green tab or a yellow tab. So when it comes time for the clerk to open it up and to make sure everything looks good, they'll see that little tip or that little whatever, red tab or whatever here, that would notify them to overlook the case. Okay, let me just put it over there, put it to the side, or something of that nature here. So there's a lot of notation made on this actual, because I keep seeing a folder. I see this big folder, then I see like a stack of papers, then I see lots of scribbling within the paperwork, but it doesn't make sense. It's very illegible or it's indecipherable. Like you're not able to decipher it. And that tells me that they want to keep this hidden, or they're trying to hide this from you here. Because they don't want you to know that they went to court. So they went to court on your behalf to make you look like that you were unwell. You weren't supposed to be aware of this. And that's what's scaring them right now, because you figuring this out. Like, what the hell is? So they're looking at you as a form of like what are you? Like, how do you know these things? Where are you getting this information from? Like, they feel like you have them tapped. There's just certain things you should not be privy to or be aware about, which is very odd to me, because how is it collectively, generally speaking, it's okay for them to try to do things, wicked things to you behind your back, and they don't want you to be aware, but yet they want to include you in the foolishness in regards to what they're trying to do towards you. So if you're trying to cause some kind of harm or some kind of evil tendency or whatever, however thing towards me, you don't feel I don't have the right to know what you're trying to do towards me. Again, like I keep saying, fair exchange ain't no robbery. That makes sense. If you're able to do things quietly, why can't we just talk about it publicly? What's the issue? What is the issue? They can do it to you, but the moment that you get the baton and you try to poke them back, they can't handle it. What is the issue? What is the issue? So their wheels are turning because they don't understand. How are you figuring this out? What is it about you that is so aware that you know what they're doing? Bothers them to no end. Yeah, they feel like you have a window, seat to everything that they're doing and everything that they're saying. Why not? That's my question. Why not? How you feel so comfortable being big and bad behind people's back, but the moment that we see you and we call you out, now you wanna tighten up? Come on. What is this? Like, what in the world is this? They really feel like that you have a window seat or window view as to what they're doing, and they don't like it. My goodness. And they want to end this. They want to end it all because they feel like that the heat is too much heat or too much color. So I'll look at color as a form of vibrancy. You have red, yellow, orange, Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, right? When you put all those colors together, it becomes very vibrant. You know what I mean? And when you look at a vibrant picture, you see everything, like everything kind of sticks out or pokes out to you in that kind of way. So you're able to see everything in a full picture or full colored picture, if that makes sense. And they can't stand that. So they were trying to end you before everything got out of control, but it got out of control because they won't stay out your energy. Well, yep, they kept coming towards you, but they were doing it quietly, thinking that you would never catch them. They're behind fake pages, other people's accounts, and things of that nature, and they thought that you would never know who they were, which is odd. So now they're trying to talk, but talk is in reverse. They're trying to talk their way out of it, but they can't talk their way out of it. So their next best bet or safe bet here is to get the appointed person in trouble. That's the idea. We're going to get that appointed person in trouble so that way we don't have to take the heat for it, is what this family dynamic is saying here. Because they cannot beat you. They can't. They can't beat you. I mean, they're like a scientist, hours and hours and hours on end trying to figure out how many ways that they can beat you, how they can beat you, and they can't. I'm hearing the name Sierra or Cece. Cece Peniston is what I'm hearing. I don't know if her real name is Sierra, but I'm hearing I heard Sierra and Cece, okay? But I'm hearing Cece Peniston. She has a song called Keep On Walking On or Keep On or something like that. And I believe that song is like late 80s, early 90s. Yep, there's a brother here that's scared, very afraid. They don't know what to do. Like this brother could be side-eyeing you because they don't know how you're doing this. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about how the collective is doing, how we're doing it. Don't worry about that. Don't you ever worry about that, Karmic. Why are you doing what you're doing? That's the question that needs to be answered. Yes, hidden agenda. And the funny thing about it is that this appointed person don't see this coming. We see it coming. You see it coming because I'm talking about it now. There's a toxic Capricorn here that may talk, that may speak out because they don't want to get in trouble. So we have Capricorn, a toxic Capricorn. Someone's name could be Capri or Caprice. I'm hearing carpal tunnel. But there's a low vibrational Capricorn that's very toxic, that is going through sudden changes here, and they can't take this heat. They're broken, or that's more so what they manifested. That's funny that you said that. Kristen says on YouTube they don't have spiritual gifts, they're frauds, which is absolutely correct, because if you're playing with spell work, you should be at least have an ounce of some form of intuition to be able to tap in and see that this wasn't going to work to begin with. But you have to let people be. Just let them be. Just let them be. And look what happens when you let people be. They fall flat on their face. They're burnt out. They feel very weak. Very, very weak here. Intuition is in reverse. They don't have any allies because it's like a chain of command. I'll use a school as an example. A chain of command in a school, when you have an issue in school, would be first, it would be the teacher. If the teacher can't assist you or help you, then it may be the assistant principal. Then if the assistant principal can't help you, maybe it might be the principal. If the principal can't help you, then it might be the superintendent. There's levels to this. There's hierarchy. If that makes sense, what they're doing here is that because of their malicious ways, they are destroying. Man, this is going to be big, man. Yo, this is going to be all over the TV. This is not a small case, man. This ain't small. This is big. This is big. Oh, man. System. It's like a breakdown of a system. Oh, my God. Man. They in so much trouble. They're willing to give up anybody because they don't want this bait. And that's usually what people do. They're going to use each other. They're going to use each other. Then we have prey in reverse. They're using one another to not take the blame for what they've done. No, you take the blame. No, I'm not taking the blame. No, you take it. No, I'm not. No, you take it. No, well, yeah, but you told us to, and no, but you said it. That's the energy that they're currently in right now. They're fighting amongst each other. That's what they're doing currently here. Who's going to take the blame for what they've done? No communication is in reverse. Stay far away from them. Stay far away from them. They don't know what to do. Ah, man. Yeah, dark energy. Then we have eviction. them coming up against this appointed person here and basically telling people, well, they told us to do that. They said that, I mean, play by play, they're going to break it down. Somebody is going to confess because this is too much heat on their little chests. Their little hairy chests. It's too much heat that they can't take. It's too much weight that they can't take on their chests. So they're going to squeal like the little pig that they are. We have fears and justice. I'm going to say it again. It does not pay to be evil. It doesn't pay to lie. It doesn't pay to put other people in harm's way because that comes with a price. No matter how you spin it, it's going to come with a price, a hefty one that they're not ready for. They're not ready for this. Confused with an R. Confused. Liar. Trying to lie themselves out of what they have done. A Libra could be doing this. Could be on some form of a paraphernalia. So there's a Libra here that's tripping because it got caught in a lie. A low vibrational Libra got caught in a lie. And they feel stuck because they can't control the narrative of the situation or story. So since they can't control the narrative, they're going to push it off to somebody else. Financial failure, which is the reason why they're freaking out and they're suffering in silence. I don't understand. I'm trying to understand. Why are they suffering in silence? Why? Why are they freaking out? Why? Why now all of a sudden they have a heart and now they're trying to fix or rearrange things so that way it doesn't look like that they were included? The more that they keep fidgeting, the more that they keep moving, the more guilty that they look. Guilt gonna make you tilt. Guilt gonna always make you tilt. And these people are tilting. Man, this has broken. So whatever illusion that they place over a lot of people's eyes and mind, it's broken. They're depressed. Thank you. They're depressed. Man. They don't want to show off anymore. Before they were showing off. For whoever resonates, you may have went to jail because of a family member. Family member may have put you in jail based on lies. When you were in jail, if you went to jail based on the lies from a family member here, they were showing off. They were laughing. They were, hey, ha, ha. We told you, ha, ha, in that kind of way. But it was in reverse. They're not laughing anymore. They're not laughing anymore. They don't want to show off anymore. Now they want to be little Bo Peep. They don't even want to make a sound. They don't want people to know that they are living in fear or fright because of how deep they are in this foolishness for money, currency, energy, fiat, dinero, the dollars. Yen, I can keep going on. Euros, I can keep pesos. That's all it's about. That they were never receiving to begin with. So now they got a whole heap of legal matters that they have to take care of. A whole lot. Low vibrational Leo. I said Leo and Libra so far. That's in a lot of legal matters that they can't get out of. Man, could be a fake emperor that's a karmic. Could be a Leo masculine or Libra masculine, however it resonates. But nobody has that same energy like they did before. Where's all that rah-rah and riff-raff energy that you had, karmic? Why you quiet like a mouse right now? Why you have your tail tucked between your nasty legs, karmic? Why are you trying to pray yourself out of this, karmic? You can't hide. You just can't hide. No matter how much you try, boo, you can't hide. People that can tap in can actually probably smell the fear, or they can sense the fear that they are projecting out. But they a Billy Badass. They Billy Badass. Oh, okay. Yeah, siblings on the down low. On the down low in this instance here is like they're laying low. They're not out in public. Thank you. They're not out in public. They're not partying. They're not doing the normal things that they normally would do before. They're laying low because they don't want this heat or attention on them. But yet they're gossiping about you. They don't make sense. Gemini is here. They gossiping about you to the point where it got people so intrigued that people held on to what they were saying about you. So when all this came out, they're like, whoa, wait, whoa. You didn't tell us that. Whoa, you really did that to the collective? Oh my God, why would you? And why would you? And why would you? Yeah, a lot of whys are being asked right now. And this so-called sibling refuses to answer any questions that may be coming their way. Man, they gambled their life away. They really did. They gambled and they failed with fruits. There was some, I don't know if I can say this on here, but that was on there, okay? They were trying to cover that up. Thank you for the gifts. They were trying to cover that up. And it's very odd that that word came out right next to roots. So it's heavy, it's deep. It's very deep. And the more that you dig through the roots, the more or the deeper you dig through the roots or you pull up the roots, the more things are being exposed. And they can't handle it. They freaking out. All they had to do was just give you what belonged to you. That's all. No. They wanted to prove a point. What was the point that they proved? They were never getting it to begin with because it didn't belong to them. So what point were they trying to prove? This is just gluttony at its finest. This is what this is. It's barbaric gluttony. That's what it is. A family member is so barbaric that they're willing to hurt you for what belonged to you. That's crazy. Really crazy. We have jail here. Like what? Hiding something? Well, they ain't hiding nothing, child. They ain't hiding nothing. And I'm telling you, the moment that they speak up and say such and such at that, that location, or more so the appointed person that oversee them or help them to throw the case, baby. It's like a domino effect. Toxic family is at the bottom of the totem pole, but they feel that they're too high and mighty that they can't get in trouble. So they're going to push it up the ranks. They're going to go up the ranks and they're going to start talking in regards to who and what and everything, child. Ooh, woo! Cold-hearted, yes. They're going to take that risk. They're going to take that risk. Oh, they're going to take that risk. They're going to take that risk. They stress. Scaresk with a K. Scaresk out. You hear me? Baby. Don't know what to do with themselves. Stay out of that bacchanal. Stay out of it. Just watch and see. Get your water, your juice, your drink, your snacks, your plate of food, and watch it come falling down, come tumbling down. We have stuck. Yep. Yeah. They're stuck to their deeds. It's gonna look so bad in the city. I don't even know if I can say it that way. Let me find my words. Ooh, I don't even know if I can say it that way. I can't say it that way. I'm trying to figure a different way. I can't say it that way. Okay, just know that there's people just gonna be scrutinized or their surveillance. That's the best I can say. I can't really talk too much about it because it didn't play out yet with the Ten of Swords, and they're gonna feel betrayed. There's a clerk that's involved. There's, what do you call them people that be in the courtroom and they be on that thing? Start with an S. What's that thing called again? It's a long word. Stenographer, something like that. Stenographer, something like that. Something like that. They sit and they take notes while the actual court proceeding. Stenographer, that's it. They're in trouble. They're involved. There's a clerk that's involved. There's a lawyer, crooked lawyer that's involved. All for something that don't belong to them. 10 of Pentacles is family wealth. Family wealth that was handed down or passed down to you from a loved one that wanted to see and wanted to make sure that you get what you deserve, because this family member knew of the abuse that you went through. They knew. And that was their way of kind of like saying, I knew, or more so, I'm sorry, or whatever. However, this is why they left that for you. And you will receive it. Yes, 5 of Wands with a resolution in reverse. You're going to receive it. You are. Just give me some cake. I want a piece of cake and some oracle card. That's all I ask for. I don't want to lie. It's a Leo here. A strong Leo. Strength is in reverse. Somebody could be born in the 8th month, August. Shoot, August is in 2 months. Maybe this could be happening in August. A showdown could be happening in the 8th month. A Capricorn is here. Strong Capricorn, a strong Leo is here. That's feel very overwhelmed and they feel stuck. I don't know how many times stuck is going to come out. I don't know, but it's coming out a lot. We have the 6 of Swords here. You're moving away from all this, or you have, and because you did, you were able to avoid a tower. Yes, you were. You were definitely able to avoid a tower because you walked away at the correct time or at the right time. And with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse here, people are going to be fully aware of these individuals' scamming ways because they scammed a lot of people, or they placed a lot of innocent people in harm's way, or more so in trouble here. And because of the family dynamic that won't or refuse to chill or just stop, they're the reason why all this is falling in this way. Identity, future, it hasn't played out yet. It hasn't, not yet. All right, somebody could be going to Greece. You could be from Greece. Yeah, they're stuck. They are aggressively stuck. We all know what happens when a spider creates a web. The intention or the reason why a spider creates a web is because they need to catch their food, right? But the spider has to be smarter than the actual prey. And they have to come up with an intricate web of whatever to ensure that they're able to catch this food. And they fell right into their own trap. They did. They sure did. There's not enough praying that can get them out of this. I'm just being so for real. There's not enough. They can pray till they blue in the face. They gotta go through this karma. It's extreme though. And they're not gonna be able to handle the karma or go through it. Soul is in reverse. Justice is upright. They sold their soul. Sold their soul for something that it don't belong to them. It's not even for them. But they want to be licorice, greedy, gluttony for something that don't belong to them. And look what gluttony get them. People gonna be disbarred, taken off. I mean, it's just gonna be, your mouth just gonna be wild. What the, man. Man, that's a spiritual message. Message. It's a loss. Huge one. Huge one. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Boop, boop. Stand clear. You, on the other hand, this is going to make you so happy. You think you happy now? You think you happy now? Wait till this fiasco clown show come out. And I'm not talking about Barnum and Bailey and the circus people. I'm not talking about them. This family dynamic or whatever you want to call them, they created their own circus show. And everyone gonna get to see for free. Everybody gonna see for free. Please leave me alone. I don't care. Go away. Let me get you out. Thank you, Kristen, because they just irritating with that. They angry, but they can't show it. Why you can't show your anger, Karmic? Oh, you're afraid that we're gonna know that you're angry? Thank you, Laura. Oh man, Spike, listen to Smokey Robertson. I do have Burden of Tears here, okay? Yeah, they're in a burden of tears. Wow. Greed, envy, hate, jealousy from a family dynamic. Look where it get them. You got front row tickets. You have front row tickets. Man, to see this fall. My goodness. Failure. This is some crazy stuff. So this card, it was in this deck here. It doesn't belong. Okay. But this card says longevity is in reverse, but guilt is upright. So they won't have enough time or long time to feel that guilt because they're just going to be going through stuff right through. Just wham, bam, boom, bam, bam. When they think they got out of something, they get cornered in something else. When they think they get out of that, like every time they feel that they dodge something, they just keep getting cornered and cornered. And every time they keep feeling that they dodging it, is like the space or the window for them to actually fix the situation. It just keeps getting smaller and smaller to the point where it's completely shut. That's where they are currently. That's where they are. So all this guilt here and trying to repent and trying to, oh, I'm sorry, and this, like, sorry is just a SORRY, a 5-letter word. That's all it is at this moment, or at this point, or at this time. That's all it is. It's just a 5-letter word. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Cool. Thumbs up. No response. What do they want us to say? What do they want us to say? Sorry. Are we talking about the game? Sorry. Because purpose is in reverse. They destroyed their purpose, or maybe their purpose was to, I don't know, child. I don't know what their purpose was. But I do know that they're very worried, though. And they regret it. Which is very, 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 very warranted. Oh, yeah. Can't feel sorry for people like this. You just can't. This is a tough lesson, absolutely. And I'm going to say it. It's a very tough lesson that they needed to learn, because if they would have never been stopped, they would have continued on and on and on and on until they may have took their last breath when they, because they thought they was going to live a very, very lavish and a very high type of lifestyle off of the backs of you, hurting you and doing all different types of foolishness towards you, and thought they were going to benefit off of that. Negative. Absolutely not. No, sir. No, ma'am. Nope. Hell nah. Hell nah. Hell nah. Okay, who they thought they was fooling? Themselves. I'm hearing the name Betty Crocker. You could be baking the cake, maybe baking a box cake, or you're baking it from scratch. They need to learn this lesson. Oh yeah. They need to learn, boo. And they're going to. Secret life. The secret life was that they were paying others to stay ahead of you. For what reason? So you're paying money to get the collective's money? No, you can't do that. And your third eye or your intuition is on point. Do not go against your intuition. Do not go against your discernment. Do not. Stay close to self, connect with self, so you can hear the messages from the divine within self. Those messages that you are receiving are not, it may sound far-fetched, it may sound odd or off. If you don't believe it, still write it down and come back to it when you can. Because sometimes when you receive messages, you be like, whoa, is that real? Like, wait, huh? You kind of have to double check yourself. But then you actually get some form of a confirmation that what you saw was like, yo, that's crazy. That's one of these moments here. Trust your intuition. Trust the guidance of self. Don't go against yourself. Trust self. Now they may try, but I don't think this is going to work. I'm being so for real. Mental health issues is in reverse. So they want to try to use that they have some form of a mental health issue as to why they can't stand up in court or go to trial or whatever the case may be. And I strongly feel that they're not going to be able to use that as a crutch, or more so as an excuse as to why they did what they did. It's too much overwhelming, damning evidence of intentional action. It was intentional action. They paid people. That is an intent. They thought about it and they did it. They're not going to be able to use mental health as an issue, or they're not going to be able to use that. Growth mindset is in reverse. It says criminal record, whether they have one or not. If they don't have one, they sure will now. They knew exactly what they were doing, and they're going to be very salty balls. Salty prunes. They're going to be salty, okay? And I'm not talking about Lay's potato plain chips. They're going to be salty balls. We got stable in reverse. Stable in reverse. Oh, we shaking the table. We shaking the table. I hope y'all know that's from K. Michelle, right? Some are going to resign as well. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. We have resignation. Some people are going to resign as well. They started the fire. They did. This family dynamic started the fire. Yes, they did. And they got burnt by their own fire, which is crazy. How you setting a... Let me don't say it that way, because... how you creating things for other people, but you can't go through the thing that you created for another person? You created it. You're the blueprint to the thing that they're the blueprint to the thing that they created. If that makes sense. They created a whole malicious game for you to fall and fail. It didn't happen for you, of course, because it wasn't your game. You're not in the game. You don't play games. So you're not going to play the game that they try to put in front of your face. So even so, they're the creator, the creation of that said game that they try to push onto you. Now they're in the game that they created for you, but they can't handle their own game, bruh. They can't even handle their own game. But they real. They tough. They connected to self. That's what they say. Somebody not telling the truth here. And it's looking like a karmic. They splitting hairs. Thank you. They're splitting hairs. For what reason? Lawlessness. But I thought it wasn't true. So why are you splitting your hair or whatever hair that you may have left? What hair? They may not have no hair. Their hair could be falling out. What hair? They stressing. Devil tendencies that they tried to milk dry. They use their lower vibrational tendencies to milk you dry. All because of the broken thinking. That's all. That's broken thinking. They allowed other people to think for them. This family dynamic here, because they needed to beat you by any means necessary, and they couldn't beat you. So because they couldn't beat you, they were more susceptible or more vulnerable or more open to take wayward or very volatile advice from individuals who they thought had their best interests at heart. Make this make sense, man. Just make this make sense, please. They fell right into the thirst trap. They did. They did. As I mentioned, this is not a C-U-L-T. This is a C-U-N-T. They're not a group of this. They're a group of C-U-N-Ts is what they are. Not C-U-L-T. They are a group of C-U-N-Ts. They use one brain cell to operate their whole little foolish clownery group. I don't understand. You're creating the game. You don't even have directions to your own game. What happens if the game goes awry? Do you have an emergency button that you can hit to stop it? They didn't even come prepared for the game that they created for other people. Man. Scare tactic. Oh, on the collective? Intimidation on who? Child, please. Man. Oh, man. Oh, God. These people are just, God, it's just, you just, man, you just gotta shake your head. What could you say, man? Golly, family issues. All you could do is just shake your head and just laugh like, man, y'all y'all really did that? Like, oh, goodness. We have disconnects here. Now they're gonna try to play victim mentality. That's not gonna work either. It's not. Whatever crying, and I didn't mean to, they meant it. Okay. All the throwing the people underneath the bus, the think they're going to get out of like a out of free jail card. That's not going to work. They're all locked up. However it resonates. Most of them are locked up within your mind, which could be that's a very dangerous place to be in, especially in your mind. If you're not connected to your mind, they're disconnected from their mind. They're in their head, but they're disconnected from it. That makes sense. They don't know what to do. They don't know which way to turn to. They don't know who to talk to. Who can they talk to about this? They can't just open up and say, hey, yeah, and I'm in trouble. Well, what happened? Why are you in trouble? Well, I did. No matter what they do, it don't look good on them. It just don't look good. It don't look good. All they did was spread lies. Okay, we'll keep spreading them. Keep spreading the lies. Whatever you want to do, let them do it. Let them do it. Remember, they need your validation from you to validate that what they're saying about you is true. They create lies. They use lies. And they use lies in a way to where they get you to confirm or validate that you are such and such. You ain't this, and you ain't, and you ain't, and you'll never be, and you'll da-da-da-da. And you're supposed to be like, hey, that ain't right, and that ain't true, and I'm not this, and I'm not. That's how they want you to be. They want you to be combative and oppressive and fighting back and all types of foolishness. And they sit back like, yep, see, I told you, yep, see. They need you to react. But if you're not reacting, even though despite the lying, you're like, oh, okay, well, that's not true. Yes, it is. It's not true. So you're not going to flinch. So by you not flinching because all they doing is spreading lies and the lies they're saying about you is not true, okay. So now now it has them sweating bullets. They're sweating. How I'm gonna get out of this? We have avoidance and burdens. Burdens, and they're trying to avoid their burdens. Why are you trying to avoid something that's not true? They the one crashing out. You chilling. You probably sleep good at night too. I know I do. Snoring and all, child, okay? I don't miss a beat. Finesses in reverse. Who they thought they was finessing? The collective? No, you can't finesse the collective, little dog. You just can't, little dog. You cannot. You just can't. They're in mental anguish. That's crazy. Mental anguish? For something that don't belong to them. Well, look what happens when you don't mind your business. Learn to mind your business and your affairs. Keep your nose out of other people's business. It has nothing to do with you. Yeah, they cursed themselves. Yep. They sure did. They cursed themselves. Well, That's on them. Maybe they'll learn. Maybe they won't. But I'll take the latter. They ain't gonna learn. Because they can't even come out and say the truth. They can't even utter the truth. They can't even speak the truth. I mean, man. You, on the other hand, you're being awakened to be on your path for your calling, whatever your calling is. We all have different walks of life when it comes to our calling. So you're going to have to take that, how that resonates for you. But you are now awakened to now start or now to continue down the path of your divine calling, whatever, however that resonates for you. Them, on the other hand, they're caught in the act and they're grieving. We don't care. And they got the audacity to try to retaliate against you. They can't retaliate on you because, let me look up the etymology of the word retaliate again. They can't retaliate on you because there was never any beef or war to begin with. It was a one-sided competition. So the etymology of the word retaliate is to requite, repay, or return in kind. No, that wasn't that one. Hold on. Retaliation, because I did read this before. No, I think it was revenge. I think that was the, hold on. Yes, it was revenge. Revenge is retaliation for wrongs, real or fancied, act of doing harm or injury in return for wrong or injury suffered. They cannot get revenge on you because you didn't cause any type of harm towards them. You didn't create or you didn't intend to create any type of harm or injury towards them. So with me saying that, you didn't cause any injuries to them. You didn't cause any suffering to them. So by me saying that, there's no revenge that they can get on you. What's revenge? That's why I keep saying that. What revenge can they get on you? They're the one that created this foolishness. They're the one that started this hoopla of mess. So since they want to start something, okay, and they want to bring it to your attention, well, then you're going to end it. And you have every right to end it. They just don't like the fact of how it's ending. Well, they don't get a say. Again, fair exchange ain't no robbery. They don't get a say as to how this is going to end. They didn't give you that opportunity when they try to put you in harm's way. So what is the issue? What's the issue? They gave you no possibilities of anything. They didn't give you anything. No choices, no anything. Because they lied. An ex is involved in this. The ex is scared out their mind too, crying, could be calling their mom, could be confessing to a mother figure here or a grandmother figure. I just keep hearing, I don't want to go to jail. You're going, karmic. You don't care how much cry you cry. You're going to jail. You're going. The clang-a-lang. Clang-a-lang. Clang-a-lang, I need help. They have need a lot of help. Well, I'm going to say it one more time. It does not pay to be mean. It doesn't pay to be evil. It does not pay. It don't pay to be bad-spirited. It doesn't pay. And if you decide to play and pay in that way, oh baby, there is a hefty price you're going to have to pay. And they're not ready to pay that price for the evil that they have done in this world. Well, it could be a Taurus. It could be a husband and wife that work together, however it resonates. Okay? Somebody needs a new battery in their, I'm hearing the beeping. What do you call that thing, child? Fire detector. Somebody needs, go put a battery in that thing, please. Okay, I ain't coming at you. I'm just telling, this is just what I heard. All right, my spirit say, tell them, you need a battery in your smoke. Go do it right now. And maybe you take it off because you hang with the trees. If that makes sense, you may do a little trees. So every time you may do your trees or your doobie, your Mary Jane, it sounds off the alarm. I understand, but you need to make sure you got a battery in that thing. Okay, all right now. That's all. Fire alarm, yes. You better put a battery in that thing. No, but for real though. All right, let's see what else. All right, we have envy here. And also, for whoever resonates with this as well too, lately you've been leaving your keys inside of your door. I don't know what's the reason behind that, but somebody, let me don't put it that way. So this is a warning for you. Just make sure that you are aware of your surroundings, okay? Nothing bad is going to happen to you, okay? But Spirit is saying that you really need to make sure that you have your keys inside of your home. So lately, if you get, like, if you work late, or maybe you work early in the morning, you get off in the morning, you're so tired, you may forget your key in the door, like something like that. Just remind yourself, do I have my keys, you know? So, revenge is in reverse. Yeah, I'm going to keep this up, yeah. Well, I only said Mary Jane because I can't, you know, so. Yeah, health is in reverse. Okay. Yeah, their health is in reverse. They have a lot of bad news here. So the idea, the notion that they're caught is making them sick. Why is it making them sick? Because the guilt is making them tilt. They can't feel free with speaking the truth. Again, because if they attempt to speak the truth, because of what they have done, hidden from everyone to see, when people hear it, they're gonna be like, what the it's gonna be horrific. So they feel stuck. And because they feel stuck, it's starting to deteriorate their health. That saying, the truth will set you free, is a true, real, raw fact statement. True facts. When you speak the truth, don't you feel better? Like, seriously, you feel like, oh, golly. Like, let's say you hold a secret for someone or whatever the case may be, right? And finally, maybe the secret, I don't know, just an example. But you finally spoke whatever, spoke your piece. And when you finally spoke that truth, oh, you feel like you feel so great. If that makes sense. Hold on, let me verify on TikTok. You feel great. They don't feel that way. Hey, the real Ash. Hey, bad news in health. So they look older than what they are. So if this is just an example. If they're in their 30s, they may look like they're in their 50s. If they're in their 50s, they may look like they're 70s. If they're in their 70s, it look like they're in their 90s. They are aging very rapidly because of the guilt of what they have done. Because they don't want to speak out, because they don't know how people are going to respond to them. They know, they just don't want that picture in their mind. They don't want their reputation to be seen in that way. So they don't want to think about it, which is why they escape. Thank you. No, they're not taking anything to the grave. They're going to take the truth to the grave. They're not taking lies. They're going to take the truth to the grave. That's what they're going to take. Not lies. Truth. Chaos. Yep. This is spreading like wildfire amongst their family dynamic, their community of individuals. People are talking. You thought people were talking about you? You think people were talking about you? Baby. And also the community is going to be well aware in regard to someone's test results, health results. That's also going to be the talk of the town. Someone spreading you know, they're spreading incurable around. This person could be a trick. Remember, they were telling people that you had it, and I know, and you know, you don't have that. That's a quick, simple fix. Just refresh that. Thank you. My chart. Yep. Adana. Da da da. MRN number. Da da da. Okay, cool. Just refresh that real quick for me. Yeah, refresh it. Oh, negative, 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 negative. Oh, okay. There you go. Well, what else you want? That's all you needed. Oh, okay, no problem. They can't do that though. Theirs gonna come up positive. Their panel's gonna come back positive, and they're not ready for that, which is odd. But yet you sleeping around with many different people. You don't know who's doing what with who, and you just raw dogging every person that you see. That's crazy. That's crazy. But hey, crazy is as crazy does. Remember they say you were crazy, but you're not doing anything crazy. It's crazy how a crazy person can call someone crazy, but they're not. If that makes sense. My goodness. Anywho, we have unsolicited advice. Wait, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? I'm gonna have to go look through that. Go through them comments. What y'all doing in them comments on YouTube? I'm gonna have to go through it. I'll rewatch the live later. See what's up. Let's see. Yeah, goodbye is upright. So they receive unsolicited advice, which turned into greed, or maybe the unsolicited advice was about greed, and greed got them very far. Man, their plans have foiled. Man, this is some. Pure entertainment. Pure entertainment this is. They can't vent. They cannot vent about the past. The past is no longer a secret. Yeah. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place. No one wants to collaborate with them anymore. Everybody's pulling away or have pulled away, and everybody's just going to watch them fall. That's just what it is. It doesn't look good. It don't look good. We have Sagittarius. We have Virgo. We have Scorpio. Capricorn. Strong Leo. I think I said strong Leo, strong Taurus. Libra, strong Libra. Aquarius. Libra, strong Libra. Okay, so if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for all the gifts, the shares, just the warm, genuine, I just love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. It is truly appreciated. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for everything. Love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, TikTok. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Instagram and also Facebook. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to post this up. It's going to also cross promote onto Facebook, so you can also watch it on Facebook at your leisure. But I thank you guys for being here, for sharing as well too. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Oops. All right, so I'm gonna have to watch because I see y'all arguing and fighting in the comments and stuff. I don't know why y'all arguing. I'm gonna have to go. I'm going to tap in. I'm being very honest. I'm going to tap in and see what's what, and then kind of decide what I want to do from there. Because I can't have my mods arguing with each other. I can't. I just can't. So I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna go through the comments and I'm gonna tap in and see what's going on, and then kind of, move from there. And yeah, I can't. I need peace. I need peace. I can't. It's too much chaos already that's going on with people outside of this channel here. And I need to make sure that everything is on the up and up and stuff like that. So, all right. So I love you guys. I will see y'all on the next one. And yeah. Okay, yeah, y'all just, if y'all could just ignore each other. It's probably just miscommunication. That's just what I'm picking up. That's probably what it is. So don't beat yourself up over it. I strongly feel it's miscommunication. Just kind of tapping into the energy now. But as I mentioned, I'll look into it a little deeper. We'll see and go from there. All right, love you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon.